Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. First of all, thank you so much for your time and patience. In today's video, I'm going to share some of my inputs or views on how do we know that every business is driven by one of those two philosophies, right? So every company has its own philosophy. So let me share my insights on this. So if you understand it correctly, there are two companies. Either a company is either a competition driven or a story driven, isn't it? So the competition driven company, what I mean by this, they are very reactive to the marketplace, and they are very aware of their priorities so that they're beating its customers, and they knew how to reap their profits very effectively. So they always identify with their capitalism, and as well as their intent is very pure. They wanted to keep the score always up. So the people who wants to lead this kind of a competitive driven companies, they really wanted to dominate the market, and they wanted to maximize the shareholder value because they care about increasing the market share, and they knew that they are the one who really boost all the single bottom line, and they know how they wanted to rise their status as a leader in this category. So their goal is to just win. So the competitive driven company will be always reactive competitors, and they knew how to win. And if you look at the other contrast, the story driven company, they are very responsive to the customers, and they also have their own priorities, but they have a clear sense of purpose and identity. The only thing is it makes little reference to the competition, and they are also very intent on how do we create a impact. So if you understand the other aspect, the people who work there, they understand the deep sense of meaning out of their work, because they knew the company exists to do more than simply making a profit. So the leaders of this kind of a culture or story driven companies, they have a very clear vision for the future, what they wanted to see. And they inspire always their teams to do more, and they wanted to join them in the journey so that they can create a better future, right? So they knew how to aspire the team, and how do we take them, join with them towards the new future. Well, they often succeed by doing things they can't even measure, or they don't even immediately scale up sometimes. But if you closely observe the story driven companies, they have a very positive impact on their customers and society. It's very important. So they thrive by making the connection between your purpose and prosperity, because customer centricity is very important for them. So their goal is to make a difference. So if you are a story driven company, you are responsive towards the customer and what matters to it. I hope you understand the differences or the different shades of competitive versus story driven. Just to conclude my thoughts around this. Well, the positive and negative things happen in and around every company, isn't it? So it depends on what kind of philosophy if you wanted to impose. It's all depends on how you wanted to shape your identity and your internal and external narratives, isn't it? So understand who influence and who we wanted to become, how our lives wants to evolve. That's what we typically relate to our identity, and it has a direct impact. We as a leaders, and how our employees think, believe, and they wanted to say about us. So the identity inevitably shapes the culture. That's what I believe. So that's why we as a leaders have to take more responsibility when things go wrong. So even if they were not directly involved in wrongdoing, and it definitely helps your company to create a robust culture where people really believe that the wrong thing was the right thing to do, right? So I hope you get this sense of my inputs. Thank you so much for your time. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Take care. Thank you so much for your time.